What's going on, guys? It's your boy K-Aus bringing you guys another video. Today I'm going to be making an update to nickel normal. So right when the patch dropped, I gave you guys a setup for nickel normal. That setup still works 1000%. There's plenty of people still doing it with the crash down. Now me personally, I like it better with crash up now. So I'm making a change. I'm just going to make an update for you guys, show you guys how I'm running it now. So first and foremost, you want to run it. Let me just come on and play for the offense under Steam, just fine. So first and foremost, you want to come out with auto flip on. So because you want your nickel to be opposite the running back, and with auto flip on, it'll pretty much always do that for you. So you want to leave auto flip on. The setup is baseline, press, pinch line, crash up, pinch linebacker. Same thing as before. This time I like to do the opposite. Before I like to do the same side as the nickel. Now I like to do opposite, and I like to crash up instead of crash down. Now if I was playing a real game, I'd either move this guy out on the outside corner, I would move this safety out to prevent the bomb, but this is just for the setup. I'm not giving you guys any adjustments today. If we get 100 likes on this video, I will give you guys adjustments, kind of like base adjustments, what I like to do against like every formation in the game, and then we can jump into some more specific formations after that. But this is what I'm using in my drafts, and this is how I'm setting it up with the crash up. Now, I told you guys in every video, I always made up my usage to the running back, and then this is the gap that we want to hover right around here. So first we're just going to show against the blocked running back. This is going to come in every single time. And you can see he goes to the linebacker, which is going to happen every single time because he has to. And then the nickel is going to come in free against the block one. So as you guys can see, every time. And I'll show you guys a couple times real quick. Same setup. Just block the running back here. And it's going to do the same thing. He's probably going to block the linebacker, and then the nickel's going to come in free. Obviously, you want to have your fastest guy there, and you probably want to have your best pass rushing linebacker at that linebacker spot that's going to be coming in free. So I'll show you guys one more time, and then we'll flip it, and we'll show you guys that it'll still come in. So came in 3 straight times, no problem, right? Next, what we're going to do is something. This is what something the offense will do. So obviously, if they were on auto flip and they came out in it with the running back on the left, your nickel would be on the right. So I'm going to show you guys that first. So if they flip their doubles, right, the auto flip should just take your nickel to the other side, which is what it did. So obviously it's going to work the same since that's what happened. And I'll show you guys just one time real quick that it'll still work. And the nickel got tripped, but he was actually he did come in free, and then the linebacker just bulldozed him, which is why you want a good pass rusher there. So let me just show you guys real quick. So if you have a good pass rusher at linebacker, see he just punches the running back out the way and goes for the sack. But say he didn't, the nickel's still coming in free. He did get a little tripped up here, which doesn't usually happen from baseline. But he did get a tiny bit tripped up. I think it's just because this guy got such a good pass rushing angle outside. But he came in free as well. So it's going to come in every time. Now, this is a counter. Something they might do to counter the auto flip, so that they can get their running back on the right side, is they're going to do this. So if they come out in it, and then they're going to flip it after the huddle. I called the wrong play. My mistake. So they're gonna, but what they're going to do is flip it after the huddle, so that the auto flip isn't a factor anymore, essentially. But the blitz will still work. So if they come on in it like this, you see the nickels on the one side, and then you flip it. The auto flip doesn't do anything. Now the running back's on the same side. Now it still will work, and I'll show you guys that here. But it's just something that they might do to try to counter it. You can see, for some reason, the running back still is occupied by the linebacker. Now, the linebacker didn't come in free here with the flip. It still will come in sometimes, but you can also, when they start doing this, mix in what I told you guys before with the strong side linebacker. It's just a good mix-in that you guys can have, but I'll show you guys again that it's going to work. So they flip it, try to counter. Same setup. Hold this gap. Oh, I forgot to block the running back, so obviously he's going to get sacked. Do it one more time, flip. You don't always have to send the opposite linebacker, like I said. You can still send the strong side, but I just like the crash up better than the crash down now. And I don't know why, but the running back just does not recognize the nickel. And I'll show you guys one time here with the strong side. He didn't pinch the way he was supposed to, but it still should work, but he didn't pinch the way he was quite supposed to. But still comes in, as you guys can see. And now, I actually haven't gotten them all video, but something that you will get is a lot of disengages from the end. So, like, 71's blocking him right here. Sometimes, like, this guy will just try to jump to the corner, or jump to the linebacker here, or if the DT pushed him over to the right, he'll jump to the DT, and then the end will just come in. Secondly, if anyone's running by, they'll just disengage. Like, same thing with the DT. So, like, when you send the strong side linebacker or the weak side linebacker, he's coming through this A gap, and then this guard right here will jump over to the linebacker, and then you'll get a DT disengage. So it's just something that happens from time to time, just like from odd. It's not every time. It's just something you can get, it's something that will bother the defense. It's not something you can just recreate every time, though. So I'm gonna go back to the normal setup that I like. I'm gonna send all 5 out. My end should come in free here. I just want to show you guys that. I don't want to start with the 5 out because obviously sending 6 versus 5 will get you a sack, but I want to show you guys how quick the end can come in. And he didn't that time, which is weird, but well, I'll try to set it back up for you guys. But the end will come in free a lot of the time when you do this crash up and they send 5 out. They have to block their running back. So let's just jump into a common 5 out play, double in sail. You guys are going to see we should get this this B gap here, and we got it. So obviously we're sending 6 versus 5. You're going to get someone free. That's not the point of it. The point of it is how quick it is from this end, and it's something that's really hard to deal with, and you're not expecting to come in. So when you're expecting nickel normal, you're expecting the linebacker or the corner to scream, but when you send this running back out, this end just comes in free, and that's something that's really going to bother you because of how quick the guy comes in. Obviously, you're sending 6 versus 5, you will get pressure, but this quick of pressure isn't easy to come by, so it's just something else that you can do. And this is kind of the disengagement thing I was talking about. The guy just kind of lets him go. Like, he doesn't even have someone that close to him. He's trying to go over to this linebacker right here. This is exactly what I was talking about. Obviously, just forget that this guy's coming free. Look at this disengagement here. He tries to go over to the linebacker and just lets him go. That's not a block shed. That is a disengagement. So that's just something you guys can see. But I'll show you guys now for the last part against Max Pro. Max Pro will do a better job. You can pick it up, but I'm just going to show you guys that it does come in sometimes. It just does. It doesn't come in every single time, but it will. And see how the running back has to kind of race over to the nickel from that spot. Sometimes he won't recognize him in time. So let me just show you guys. And sometimes the sending 6 will give the disengagement, and then sometimes the linebacker will come in. So you can see he had to race over here, but it's kind of like who can get to the QB first type deal. Set it up again. Max Pro. And there you go. Comes in free. And that's part of the disengagement thing that I was talking about. You can see this guy right here starts getting disengagements. I'll show you guys all the possible ways that you can get pressure from this defense. As you can see 75 lets him go and tries to hand him off to 61, but then he loops around 61. It's just wild stuff happens, and then the running back starts worrying about it, and you get sacked. So all right. Last time here, show you guys with Max Pro. And he picks it up clean that time. Like I said, it will get picked up from Max Pro. There's no defense in the game right now that you can send 6 and consistently get pressure against Max Pro. If it was, that would be by far the best defense in the game. It just doesn't happen every time. But this defense does it sometimes, and I can live with that. And that's fine with me. As long as, like, he doesn't feel comfortable back here. So obviously it's a computer, like it's not a computerized like player. It's literally just me sitting there with another controller. So like when this guy starts screaming right here, you get scared. That scares you a little bit. And then this right here, with this guy getting that close to you, it scares you a little bit. It makes you roll. It puts you out of the pocket and limits your options. And it's just something that's going to give people trouble. And I'll show you guys with the flip. This is probably the best way to pick it up. So if they came out and did like what I talked about with the, to avoid the issue of auto flip, and they did this is probably the best way to pick it up. But it's not, nothing's foolproof, and it's not, there's no blitz in the game that's going to get sent 6 that's going to come in against Max Pro every time. It just isn't. But this is probably the best at doing it. This and 3-3-5-I. So like I said, since everybody's square there, it's tough. But like I said, you have to Max Pro to pick it up for the most part. And then since you have to Max Pro, you can play more aggressive defense. And it's 6 versus 7. It's not like you're going to sit there all day and not get a block shed. So like we've gotten block sheds every single time when we haven't screened, because we have one-on-one here, one-on-one here, one-on-one here, one-on-one here, with all good pass rushers. And then the corner versus the running back, which just happens to shed in this game. I don't know why, but so since you have so many one-on-ones, you have 4 or 5 one-on-ones, you're gonna have block sheds. So if they're max throwing every time, you're still gonna get pressure. It's just not gonna come in free every single time. But I showed you guys it will come sometimes. I showed you guys probably the best ways to pick it up, but I hope you guys enjoy, man. Like I said earlier, if we get 100 likes in this video, I'll go over some base coverage adjustments that I like to do out of this defense. You guys love to say in the comment section, oh, that blitz is terrible, the middle of the field is wide open. Yeah, I'm not showing you guys the coverage adjustments that I would do out of it and different things that I would like to adjust from. So if you guys want that video, man, drop a like for me, and like, comment, and subscribe with any possible advice you guys might have for me. But take it easy, man. Peace.